Hey, good morning, YouTube. How you guys doing today? It is me again, your favorite Texas trucker. What I want to talk to you about right now is recapping your 70. We're on electronic logs, and so, I'm not really talking to people who are on paper logs. They do things their way. I don't know all the ins and outs of dealing with paper logs, and so I'm not really going to, even try to talk about all that right there. Everything that I'm going to talk to you about is dealing with e-logs, and I'm not going to get too into anything dealing with e-log except for recapping your 70. And you can use this principle on paper logs. If you're running your paper logs legal, and I guess you could even use it if you're not. But if you're not running it legal, it doesn't really matter anyway. So because you're going to run whatever hours you want to run, regardless. But anyway, what I want to talk to you about is recapping your 70. And sadly, I deal with a lot of drivers out there, a lot of people. Some of them are new, so they haven't really dealt with this much. Some of them are not, and it's amazing to me how few people really understand this whole idea of recapping your time. Okay, you got 70 hours of drive time, in your work week, and when that 70 hours is over with, you can only drive based on whatever you're getting back, right? Which is called recapping. I'm going to try to do this and explain this without visual aids, and so I'm talking really to people that understand at least the basic principles of what I'm talking about. So I'm not going to talk to you about how your 70 works and all that, because you should already understand that. If you don't understand what I'm talking about, then this video is not going to help you. You're going to need to find a little bit of information about your 70-hour work week first. If you're a truck driver, an over-the-road truck driver, then I shouldn't have to explain the whole concept of the 70. Honestly, I shouldn't have to explain to you how to recap your time. But, I'm finding a lot of drivers that don't understand the basic principles of it. People ask me all the time, they say, in various ways, it's essentially the same question. They're asking me, do I ever take a 34-hour reset when I'm on the road? They may ask me, how long do I drive, how many days do I drive before I take a 34-hour reset? Or they may ask me, how many times do I take a 34-hour reset while I'm out here on the road? And the answer to all of those questions is essentially the same. I don't take 34-hour resets, period, at all. Well, when I said that to one guy, and he's a driver, I said that to one guy, he was totally befuddled. He was like, how do you not take a 34-hour reset? You're going to run out of time. No, you're not going to run out of time. You're not if you know what you're doing. Not if you know how to work your 70-hour clock. Not if you know how to recap your time. You're not going to run out of time. Here's what I think about the 34-hour reset, okay? 34-hour reset is 34 hours that you're not driving. That's what I think about it. That 34 hours that you're not driving is time that you're losing. That's 2 days, almost 2 days, a day and a half out of your work week that are really 2 driving days during your work week that you're not making any fucking money. It's 34 hours of time that you're sitting around twiddling your thumbs. And I don't want to sit around twiddling my thumbs. I don't want to have time that I'm not making money. If I'm going to be away from my family, if I'm going to be out here on this road, I'm going to be making money. So, no, I don't take a 34-hour reset. All right, let me say this one more time. I do not take 34-hour resets, period, at all. And no over-the-road driver should. I take my 34-hour reset when I go home on home time. When I go home on home time and I sit for 4 days, that's when my 34-hour reset hits, and it's automatic. I come back out on the road with a 70-hour work week. I don't have anything, nothing on my deal. My whole clock's reset right when I go home, and I don't take another 34-hour reset until I go home again. So, I've gotten into this discussion at least a dozen times over the last couple of months with various different people, who want to know my method for how I go out here and not take a 34-hour reset. And to me, some of these guys that are asking me this are students, okay? So I understand why they're wanting to know, because they haven't experienced the whole work week out here. They haven't had to come out here and they haven't had to come out here and drive these trucks and learn that whole process. It's not really something that you can sit at home and learn on paper. There's a little bit of intuition and a little bit of work involved in it, and it's more of a hands-on type thing. You got to look at it, and run it every day, before it becomes second nature to you. But a driver who's been out here, who's got his own truck, and he's driving for his company, these are basic things that your trainer should have taught you before you ever got into your own truck. These are basic principles that you need to know in order to do your job, and I don't understand why there's so many drivers who are not trainees who don't understand this basic principle. So here's what it is. I come out on the work week with a fresh 70, and I drive until I have no time left, and I drive as hard as I can drive. The first day I come out, of course, everything is dependent on the load, so it's never going to be the same from day to day. But when I first come out, I run as much of my 11-hour workday out as I can run, and I do it every day. If I end up in docks, and I can't drive the full 11 hours, well, I drive as much of it as possible. So when I start out, my days may look something like this. On day one, I might drive 10.5 hours. The second day, I might drive 9.5 hours. The next day, I might drive 11 hours. The next day, I might drive 8 hours, and so on and so on and so on, all the way down the board. Well, when you run out of time, if you go to your daily log tab on Qualcomm, it'll give you a list of every day that you've driven. It'll tell you how much time that you've driven, that you were on drive time. It'll tell you how much time you were on total on-duty clock, including pre-trip, post-trip fueling. And then it'll tell you how many miles you drove each day. All right. Well, you want to go to that total, your pre-trip, post-trip, on-duty, all your on-duty time, whether it's drive time or not driving. You want to go to that, and you want to look at the hours that you've had over the past 8 days, right? And you want to start at the furthest one away, okay? And just write them down. All right. On mine, I'm on my recap right now. So writing down my time, it looks like this. 8 hours and 22 minutes is what I picked up this morning. 10 hours and 29 minutes is what I pick up tomorrow. 8 hours and 36 minutes is what I pick up the next day. 5 hours and 12 minutes is what I pick up the day after that. 6 hours and 43 minutes is what I pick up the day after that. 8 hours and 50 minutes is what I pick up the day after that. 8 hours and 6 minutes is what I pick up the day after that. Alright? So that's how much time I'm getting back. Those are times that I drove last week. I had 2 really short days in there. I had a 5-hour and 12-minute day, and I had a 6-hour and 43-minute day. The 5-hour and 12-minute day was because I was delivering a load that didn't deliver until Tuesday. I arrived at the destination on Sunday. I talked them into unloading it on Monday, but I was 5 hours and 12 minutes out from getting there on the day that I drove there. And once I got there was nowhere else to go. I just had to park and sit until the next day. The next day I got unloaded, and I had a load to pick up in Dallas. It took me so long to get loaded on that load and to find the load that my 14-hour clock was eating up my 11-hour clock. And so, by the time I got stopped, I'd only had 6 hours and 13 minutes of drive time done. Right? I sat at the customer for, I don't even know how long. It was a long ass time because there was a big mess up with the order. Alright, so what I got to do in order to recap my time is I need to turn each one of those days into alternating 8-hour and 9-hour days. Okay? So today I'm going to drive 9 hours. I've got 14 hours on the clock, but I'm going to drive 9 hours. I'm going to drag the rest of that time over to the next day. So if I've got 14 hours on the clock and I drive 9 hours, that means that I've got 5 hours worth of time that I can drag to the next day. On the next day, I'm going to drive 8 hours. Right? I'll drive 8 hours on the next day, and I'll drag the rest of that time over to the day after that. Right? The day after that, I'm going to drive 9 hours. Right? And I'm going to drag the rest of that time over to the day after that. The day after that, I'm going to drive 8 hours. Right? And I'm going to drag the rest of my time over to the next day, and then I'm going to drive 9 hours. So that by the end of this week, when I go back and I look at that time that I recap, it's going to have alternating days, 8 hours one day, 9 hours the next day, 8 hours the next day, 9 hours the next day, so on and so on and so on and so on until I start recapping it again. When I recap the next time, I'm not gonna have to do anything to my clock because my hours are already gonna be set 8 hours, 9 hours, 8 hours, 9 hours, 8 hours, 9 hours, 8 hours, 9 hours, all the way down the road. Alright, and then I'm just gonna drive that time out as close as I can to it. I'm gonna get as close as I can to that time, and I should have at least a couple of hours in excess every day. Alright, because I'm going to be driving that 8 hours, but I should be picking up a couple hours here and there that I can keep dragging over in case something happens, and maybe I don't have a destination to stop at in that perfect 8-hour time, or I don't have, or if I do find a place to stop, maybe it's too full for me to be able to pull in there. So I've got this other couple hours that I can rely on to get where I need to go. Right? And if you do that, if you follow that basic principle of making sure that you have 8 hours, 9 hours, 8 hours, 9 hours every other day, you're never going to have to stop driving. You never have to take a reset. You can drive consistently every day, all day long, until you come in off the road. Now, what some of these drivers are doing is they're driving their days out, right? And they're using as much of their clock as they can use to get parked where they're going to be, and they let it all lay where it falls. So what happens is they may have 4 days in a row where they have 10-hour days, and then they may have, a 6-hour day, a 5-hour day, a 4-hour day, a 3-hour day, and so they can't get anywhere. And so they're like, okay, well, I've got 2 days where I've got 3 and 4 hours and I'm picking up, so I'm just going to do a recap. I'm going to do a 34-hour reset. I'm going to take my 34-hour reset. I got friends, I've seen them post on Facebook all the time, taking my 34-hour reset. I send them a message, why the fuck are you taking a reset? Work your clock, work your time, so that you don't have to take a reset, so that you don't have to lose that money, because that's time that you're losing. It's time you're just sitting still, twiddling your thumbs, doing nothing. And that's not how we make money out here. We don't make money out here sitting around twiddling our thumbs, doing nothing. So I hope this video has helped somebody. Again, these are principles that drivers should already know. These are things that ought to come to second nature to you. You ought to be able to do this really without even thinking about it. But sadly, a lot of people, they have trainers that just aren't teaching them. They're not teaching them how to do these things, And so I hope it helps somebody. I hope it helps somebody that's been taking 34-hour resets realize that they don't have to. And there's a better way to work your clock so that you can consistently make money instead of sit around wasting your time eating out at a truck stop losing money. All right? You got any questions about it, be sure to post. Let me know. If you still don't really grasp it, and excuse me, and you're in a truck, because I can't really explain it to you any better than that if you're not in a truck. So if you're in a truck and this still really doesn't, you're not still really getting it, send me a message, on Facebook, and I will message you or give you my phone number so that you can call me, and and I'll try to help you understand it a little bit better. If you have a Qualcomm that you can look at while I'm talking to you, it'd make things a whole lot easier for me to explain it to you and to help you work through it. If you don't have a Qualcomm, like you're not in your own truck, then really there's not much I can do to make you understand it beyond what I've already done. Okay, so give me a holler, let me know what you think, and if you have any questions, ask them. If there's any particular issue or subject that you would like me to do a video on, send me a message, comment, let me know. I don't always see the comments right away, but I do look, and I do try to answer, each one of them as I do. You can message me on Facebook, message me on Google Plus, you said put a message on in the discussion tab on YouTube, whatever you need to do to get the message to me, that there's something that you want me to do a video on or something you want me to focus on and try to explain. I'll be happy to do the best that I can with it. And if I can't answer the question, then I'll let you know that I can't answer the question of mine. Alright? So y'all take care, and let me know if I've helped you out any, or whatever. Alright? Peace out.